up at the end of a long dirt road. No street lights, just a couple trees. You can probably see the wallabies bounding around in their brown fur coats.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo's CWL Week 7. Aussie Addicts versus Time Vortex. You can see that 87 to 85. 96.37%. So we were a good 3.2% in front of. They really could have finished on 86 points. They mucked around on their last attack. So Time Vortex by no means were a weak opponent. They definitely did do well. You can see they dealt with our Town Hall 11s quite cheaply. They did have one 10v10 to our 2. And did it reasonably well on the Town Hall 9s going out. Now, you see there they averaged 56% on the Town Hall 11s. We actually averaged 63.6%, 68% from Vicent, 71% from Vicent. He was on definite drugs this war. That was a massive hit on number 1. And it was shown by one of our players that failed the hit. Unfortunately, we could have got it a couple of attacks earlier. Very unfortunate, but... 2 Town Hall 10v10s to us. We'll show both those. You can see our dips were all perfect there. We did use 2 hit downs, but then we got 11 bases open. So number 1 to 11, we opened everything. We used 1 extra Town Hall 10 attack to open up the 11s to get them knocked out. And from there, we had lots of 6-packs as well. You can see Kimmy, Kiwi, Muzza, Agi, and Sneaky all taking away 6-packs. Just the one fresh 6-pack, I think that was Sneaky with his baby heroes. It was 11 to 12 on the fresh counts for Town Hall 9 versus 9. Unfortunately for Time Vortex, they did have a few bases. There was, I think, 3 lots of 3 and 3 lots of 4. So there was a couple of bases they struggled to close out on, which meant they only got the 3 Town Hall 9s to open bases for them. Looking at their attacks here, you can see Supernova mucked around on his last attack. They're going for a 3-star, a bit of a play. But look, it's not bad practice. Means an extra star net effect for us, which is good. They did have pretty good luck on the Town Hall 10 versus 11s. They did well. They got 1 out, fresh hit. We're looking here at their number 11, King Ark Holy. Sounds like a bit of an asshole joke, maybe, I don't know, but he was awesome. The hit on Judd was smoking, so he took away a 10v10. He came very close to getting Vicent, our tier 3. Did they have 6-packs? Let's have a look here. Lord Carnage. How many Carnages are there? Adenix, Carnage, BB Craft, another snippet. So they had lots. Don't know what happened there with their number 30 not attacking. Let's get into the attacks now. Really impressive. Now that puts us at 4 wins, 3 losses. Not too sure whether we will make finals. Still 4 weeks to go. Still lots of variations and stuff to happen from there. So we're giving ourselves a good chance. This was our 2nd division win, so we're 2 from 0 with the divisions, but obviously you've still got to win on wins for the actual season. You can see here Twan going in with a Queen Walk / bowler using the CC healers. Now I love this raid. We sat down and we planned this on Discord, and it was awesome to see. This was the first Town Hall 10 hit versus the base. It was opened, of course, by Town Hall 9. We saw some really, really awesome 9v10 opens this war. Our guys have been pulling their fingers out. They've been getting the strats worked out, and it was really, really cool to see. You can see he's going to end up popping a Rage on his Walk. Walk is going to get the Clan Castle, which was 2 Witches, 1 Baby Dragon. It's a risky Clan Castle, because drop down that poison, drop out a Rage, and the Queen will smoke through it. There's the Rage. It was a little bit delayed. Used a couple of minions on the left-hand side there. You see 9 o'clock. Out comes Jimmy. Drops out a couple of wizards to go with Jimmy, and then breaks into his miners. I'm pretty sure it was split skeleton spells on this base. You can see Jimmy Bob going for it, breaking out his Rage. That beautiful there, seeing Haste Loons. We didn't know all of the traps on that base. It was actually 2 Heat Seekers on that air defense there. And you could just see with that, with the Inferno going, that it meant we didn't worry about any of the giant bombs within that cell beside the bomb tower. Possibly could have been 1, 2 bombs on the Queen walk. It was just absolutely huge. Now the Queen is going to actually die, and those healers are going to transfer over to the miners, but you can see there is just shitloads of miners left. Had a heal left in the bag. So not a fresh hit. Obviously it was opened by Town Hall 9, and you did see 2 giant bombs there, so it must have meant there was just the 1 giant bomb on the other side. Definitely a great hit. Nice to add Twan, that's actually Dynamo, one of our guys, first 10 verse 10 in CWL. So we see here as well Sir David going in with a Queen walk / miners. It was miners in the clan castle for this, so just the normal healers. And this was also Sir David's first 10 verse 10. And he did have a 2-star 10v11 as well, which was one of, or his first or second in CWL. So it was a good war for our 10s. Let's speed this up. It is a very similar in concept when you look at it. The Queen's going to go from 12 clockwise. Jimmy's going to come out and go from 9 o'clock clockwise. We did have alternate pathings worked out for this. If the Queen did go counterclockwise, it wouldn't have been a nightmare. We could have worked with it. You see an early rage. There was a hound loon in this clan castle. There were 3 giant bombs outside the base. All air traps, all skillies I should say, were on air. So it really did point towards being a base defending versus lava loons. Outside of course, the hound loon in the clan castle, which does stop you doing Golar loon entries. But you can see now those miners really are not getting slowed up at all. The Queen does drop down, and again those healers manage to transfer over to a little bit of healing effect onto the miners before they drop down to the air defense. And you can see he's clutching his little ring hole here open to get through to get that 3-star. You see about 10 miners left. They're going to go in there. They are going to do the job. And it is thank you mother for the rabbit. So SD and also Dynamo entering the 10v10s for this season. So it's good. We're starting to get a lot of people that have got this experience and going through. Let's get into the Town Hall 9s. They were the absolute core grunt of this war, being with the fact that they managed to get 11 opens is pretty awesome. We do need more bums in the seat. Don't forget Aussie 8X. We're still recruiting, preferably Aussies. More being in the time zones. We do all play in the Australian time zone between Western Australia and Eastern States. And we're always recruiting, always. So that way we don't have to have Bando playing multiple accounts anymore. But you can see here Muzza going in with a stoned go boho double jump. You can see the rage going in there. Pretty simple raid really. It is a bit of a core army. You've just got to make sure you get the funnel done well. The second jump delayed just ever so slightly to make sure those golems don't go too far in front of the Queen. And they pushed out really, really well. Just surgical hogs from the outside there. And you can see a Tesla farm all shooting Jimmy Bob and the tanks. So those hogs just doing enough to get through there. Now the last 4 hogs were placed down on this raid just to make sure that cannon didn't turn around and give the Queen a bit of a how you going slap and tickle. So that worked really well. Still got plenty of hound golem tanking there. Jimmy Bob still trying to break through. And the Queen coming in there and upsetting Jimmy Bob, who was just about broken through. So he went through into a different compartment, which sort of stuffed it. But it was a good, solid 3-star raid there. Muzza with the fresh hit. All of these 9s I'm going to show will be from the guys that hit the 6-packs. And, of course, fresh hits if possible. So that was that from Muzz with the big 6. We'll have a look at Kiwi on number 20, I think it was. Here we go. Swaggy McSwaggin. Kiwi Sarge gone in with a lava loon. Free draw clan castle. Loved it. Goes for the lure. Draws the air. And then goes in with a lava loonian. Very, very simple rage. Skeleton spell. This is what a free draw clan castle deserves. Just absolutely smashed it. Great to see there, Mr. Kiwi Sarge. Like I said, we do accept not just Australians, but we've got Kiwi Sarge. He is our token Kiwi. Straight out Baby Dragon Poison exchange for the clan castle, which unfortunately with the witch, of course, she's going to have 10 skeletons coming to say hello to Jimmy Bob. bites off the enemy king at the same time. And Queenie knocking out that one air defence. That's going to change the pathing absolutely beautifully. Start straight on the Queen. Skeleton traps. That's not going to help. But you can see I love that. I absolutely love that skeleton spell. You can see he picked that really, really well. Did see the Queen jumped onto the outside. And you can see the skeleton spell there. Timed to perfection to get that enemy Queen down. Just sneaks home. About 8 loons in the bag. Lots of cleanup. Even used the loon for cleanup. It was awesome to see. Great hit there, Mr. Kiwi Sarge. Now, where are we? Let's have a look at 25. I'm looking at Adji here. This is a bit of a raid. I did notice a few times within this war. Sometimes it's funny where you see things go around on YouTube and they get coming into other clans, and this must have been on YouTube recently, but it's a quad go bow ho. So working on sort of like your stone, just the extra golem, and it looks like you generally take a much wider funnel. You're taking more wizards. I noticed there was 13 wizards at the start of this raid. Usually you would take between 8 and 10 for a stone. So it just gives you those wizards to funnel wider. Get that jump out there, use the double jump. Very similar, I guess, in effect to things like the avalanche raid. Now this was a hound in the clan castle, so at least with those extra wizards in the midfield, they're going to help pop that hound early, under rage of course. And you see that second jump absolutely read this base perfectly. Just a handful of hogs, nothing really major, 7 or 8 hogs. Jimmy Bob is very close to biting the bullet, but last survives. Now you can see those tanks just tanking nicely. Hogs have fallen out there with that last giant bomb there, but it's the double fanny hair raid. Old Jimmy Bob and the Queen. So close. So close. But you can see the golem there still tanking as well. He's very, very close. It's raids like that. I saw that live, and it's raids like that where you're on the edge of your seat the whole way. The game still has enjoyment at Town Hall 9. I know the breakdowns, we've only been doing 3-8 recently with a couple of people sitting out for various reasons. It'd be nice to get back into a higher Town Hall 10 count. But we see here now, sneaky Judd's minor account 24-25. He's getting up there. He is getting up there, and you can see he's going in with a shattered Gobo La Low Ground Expo. Excuse me. Good jump. I like that. Puts him into 5 cells there. You can see it gets him through to the base and keeps him going. Valk, Witch, Baby Dragon, Clan Castle. Now, the CC, they get held up on the CC there. The poison is still going, but then that Tesla farm pops up as well. Very lucky with these bowler bounces, because those bowlers actually do knock out one Tesla in effect. And you can see, get that other one. They do a lot of work there. That allows that Queen who is by herself there to be able to get through and get the Wizard Tower, Clan Castle, and that air defence. I like the La Loon pathing on this. Did well, just put the one loon up the top, knock out that cannon. That's going to save him a world of time later on through the map. But in effect they're soaking that Heat Seeker. And you can see the loons just spread just enough on that sweeper there. The pups also helping distract that Wizard Tower. But a good old chunk of loons left. Minions everywhere. The golem's finally coming in. How much health did that thing have left? He's still had a bit. So that's it. That's the war. We're now 4-3. Big up to Time Vortex. Absolutely magic to organise with. American side, so we had a 10 PM EST start. Awesome. That means it's 10 AM in the morning for me over in Perth and midday for our Eastern Staters. But great war, big up. Thanks for that, and catch you guys next week.
Gonna take it for a ride on a big jet plane. Everywhere I go.